Preseason, Vegas hit the line at 30.1 points per game for Embiid. And the question we asked was, will Embiid go over under 30.1 points per game, and would he lead the league in scoring? Both you guys said under 30.1 points per game, and you also said he would not be leading the league in scoring. Eric said if he scores 30 plus, we are in trouble. Teja said Teja said there'll be a one-man show out there that will average more than him, and I don't think he'll need to force scoring with all of our options. He finished with 33.1 points per game. So what are you guys thoughts on how that played out?
I mean, he did a great job scoring the ball, but I think as a league, as a whole, I thought scoring was, a little crazy.
Nuts. So yeah.
I think his ability to score and the way he was scoring and at the ease he was scoring kind of pushed it up. And I do think it got to a point where I don't want to say where it comes off selfish, but some of the MVP talk, in my opinion, escalated how important winning the scoring title was. I do feel that became a point where, like, I'm going to go do this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think that the numbers had to go up because I think whoever second was, 31 or 32? Or 33, whatever, whoever second place. Who's second, Luka or?
It was Luka, yeah.
Yeah, Luka. Yeah, Luka was close.
Yeah, he was. He was under a point.
Yeah, so you had to keep it up there.
Yeah, there were 6 guys over 30 this year in the regular season, average 30 over 30.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm going back now to see. I'm back like to 2010 right now, and I can't. It's nowhere close to that.
You may have to go to the 80s to find that.
Yeah, I mean, last year there was 2. I think there was a couple years ago where it was, I think 3 or 4, but not 6. Man, 6 that's a lot.
I know during my years, I don't think you would ever. I don't even come close to 6 in my years. At the end of the season, no way.
Yeah, 0102 was just AI.
That's what I'm saying. You probably had to go to the 80s, man.
And there was a 3-point gap after him, and he just scored over 30.
That's crazy.
The next year, there was 2, McGrady and Kobe. That was the year McGrady just went bonkers. The next year, no one. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's not. It was.
I'm telling you, my whole career, scoring 30 was like a feat.
And then AI again, 0405, also a 3-point gap from the next guy.
That's why like 30 was like the threshold. If you scored 30, like you were really scoring that ball.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, there's 1. 0506, there were 3 guys. And Kobe that year averaged 35 a game.
Man.
That's 3.
Huh?
And it was 3.
Yeah, 3 guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know. That's what I said. I know during my career, it wasn't close to having 6.
And then, yeah, that was a lot for back then. That was a crazy scoring year. This one, man, this is just like, it's insane. And not only is it just not barely over 30 either. You had 5 guys that average over 31 a game.
Yeah.
3 guys that average over 32. That's crazy. Well, we talked about how crazy scoring was this year in general. All those 50% games that teams had. Well, there you go.
Where the league wants to go.
But I don't know. I mean, great athletes, great players, great shooting, great scoring,
and no defense.
Great defense. I mean,
great.
They say it's harder to play nowadays. I mean, that's what KD just said.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he say that? He said it's harder to play now than it was before.
The thing I'll say about Embiid is kind of goes back to what we said a minute ago. I think we were expecting like 29.5 and for like Tobias to be averaging like 17. I just expected it to be that much. I didn't think he'd have to shoulder that much load this year.
I don't think he had to. I think just the way it was going.
A mission. It was a mission of his.
It was the way it was going, and he was, scoring it at will, and he was making it happen. I think it became more of who we are than maybe what we thought. I just hope that we could win the game and win some series in the playoffs if he don't average 33.
Yeah, if you compare his stats to last year, he only shot 0.5 more a game. He just shot really well this year. That mid-range pick and roll.
He shot it really well. Yeah.
He was killing it, man. He was just on. He shot 55% this year. Last year he shot just 49.9. 3-point was a little down. He shot 1.6 more. Free throws. No, pretty much the same as last year. Higher percentage than last year, though.
Yeah.
But it was a pick and pop, man. He was just they mastered that this year, and no one could stop it. And his mid range elbow was just prime alone, dude. Prime Brandon Bass.
His mid range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his shooting coach Drew Hanlon said that's pretty much a lot of what they worked on.
Yeah.
Like they mastered that. So it showed.
Yeah.
The mid range game, like that kind of like what was the
elbow, the free throw line.
He never shot that before.
To the percentage that he shot this year,
I'm just saying, but he's never shot the mid range. You said he just got better at it.
Got better at it. Like really massive.
So that's primarily what they worked on.
The elbow
season, apparently.
Yeah.
And falling,
yes.
It's gonna be the name of his book.
What y'all said.
That's gonna be the name of his book, Eric. It's gonna be mid-range and falling.
That's what y'all said. He was working on falling.
Falling mid-range.
Well,
he's going to the mid-range shot because it's the one shot that teams would give you and don't double team.
They talked about that again. Actually, they talked about falling recently with Doc, didn't they?
Yeah. Doc says he's the worst faller ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a falling coach.
Told y'all that. But yeah, the mid-range shot is a shot that you can get. And they won't double you. Yeah. So if you shoot at an efficient, high rate, you can average 33.
There you go. The kids are watching this. Get that elbow shot down. You average 33 in the league.
All right.
So coach says it's okay.
Also be 7-1 and no one can block your shot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these kids are fighting their coaches that don't encourage it. So
yeah, they want to shoot the three. They want to shoot near the half court line more than they want to shoot near the free throw line.
Hey, if the Sixers win it all this year, it might be the blueprint to bring back the pick and roll and the elbow shot again.
The mid range shot has always been efficient for teams that win championships.
Yeah, it's just not the flashy play.
I watched Golden State, especially like during their run. Like Steph and Clay shot so many mid-range shots that people don't even talk about it because they're so good at shooting the three that you don't realize like how many mid-range shots they shoot. Like floaters and all that stuff are mid-range shots. Those are all mid-range shots.
True.
And people don't realize that, especially with Clay. Like his little one dribble pull up, those
almost automatic for him.
But, Kevin Durant, Kawhi. Just think about the team. The guys has been winning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take mid-range shots. It is Chris Paul.
I was going to say Chris Paul.
Devin Booker with Phoenix. They both, you know what I'm saying? Like they have taken that shot consistently. And then we're talking about the top teams the last few years have taken that shot and done it well. But, people that are against it call them the exception.
Yeah. And Harden, this year we've kind of noticed his, increase in mid-range shots. More so the beginning of the season, his mid-rangers, but more so as the season kind of went on, we didn't see as much of that, but we saw him kind of attempting the mid-ranger more so than in years past, which leads us to our next preseason over-under projection here. So Harden, Vegas had set Vegas knows all. They set his over-under at 20.9 points per game. Both you guys said under. It would be under that. He finished at 21 points per game. So if you had bet on the over here, you'd be, kicking yourself till the end of the season, and then 21 points per game. You got that. And then I'm gonna ask you about Matt. I'm gonna say you bring up Maxey's points here. So Maxey, it was 18.8 points per game is what Vegas had it at. Both you guys are correct. You said over. He finished at 20.3 points per game. So what are your guys' reaction to how Harden and Maxey did comparatively to what you guys predicted?
Maxey, the route he was going, one, not surprising, but his ability to knock down shots and tough shots from three, at the rate that he was knocking them down, I didn't expect that. I expected him to make shots, but he still kind of be like, man, he knocking that three down. Like, you still kind of find yourself saying that. I thought he would be more transition, attacking, downhill, getting to the free throw line for the majority of his points. But the ability to shoot the three off the dribble, catch and shoot, off screens, like, yeah, just he was really knocking down different kind of ways. That really was a little surprising. James, I mean, what can you say? We what? 0.01 off or something like that? Like, I mean, I almost consider that a win.
If he played with the way he was playing, if he played one more game, that would have been on the money.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really consider that one, being that I didn't put money on it. Like, it's that prediction of going under isn't like it's not like we said 20.9 and he gets 25. That's
seriously.
We're right there. I mean, I
couldn't believe when I saw that.
He like he said, he plays one or two more games. If we needed to win those games, that could easily went the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he missed a lot of games, in December. What is it, November, December? So we don't know.
Yeah.
He could have went the other way. Could have went up a little more, but I don't think so. The way we were going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking at my predictions, and I'm like, weird calibration because I said Harden and Maxey would be like a point off. Yet I said Harden would be under, and I said Maxey would be over. So that doesn't make a lot of sense, but should have thought about that more. But I guess it was pretty close, though, because the under 21 would be like 20, and the other one would get like 19. So yeah, man, is Maxey just an elite 3-point shooter? I mean,
we'll see.
We're talking about.
Well, I'm just saying, I need to put some years in there. We'll find out.
2 years of over 42% in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he's headed to a very efficient one. That efficient one with versatility, though. That's the thing. Like, it's not just catch and shoot. Like, he's doing it different kind of ways.
He averaged 3 more points per game this year with 2 less minutes a game.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of that is
he shot 2 more times a game.
I know for a fact that, and I've seen a lot of guys with it, like playing more minutes don't necessarily mean more points because a lot of guys play tired minutes. Playing fewer minutes and playing more efficient minutes can make up for those couple minutes difference.
It's all threes for him. That's what did it. His 2-point is identical. Last year and this year, 4.7 it makes 9.1 attempts. 5.1 and 5.1, identical numbers.
Wow.
The only thing that changed for him, he shot 2 more shots per game this season. Threes. 2 more threes per game. And he shot pretty much the same, better, actually.
What about free throws?
Free throws, pretty close. He averaged 3.3 last year and 3.6 this year.
Okay.
Free throws matter.
Not much change, but the threes, he just hit them.
But the threes, that's what I said. It was just his ability to shoot the three. I was like, wow. At the rate that he was making them and taking them.
Yeah. I mean, 6 attempts a game is no joke. So it's crazy, man. I hope it continues. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So does he, and so does that, that giant extension he's going to get.
There he goes again, talking about people
as a starter or reserve, huh?
Hey, you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore for him. He can pick whatever. Look at my stats.
Yeah, no, but look, it's interesting how that conversation just stopped. I'm like, man, why is this kid not starting, man? When it first happened, like, for what? But oh well, I'm happy. I'm happy he's playing well. Hopefully, he can keep it up.
Yeah, I know. We had, a month or two ago, we had a starter bench conversation. Now we're talking about. Now I'm seeing headlines of $200 million max contract extensions. It's like, man, how times have changed.
Yeah, that Maxey contract, that Maxey deal.
Yeah.
That Maxey deal, and then he gonna flip him. He gonna flip like he did with Tobias.
I know.
He in the Tobias conversation, man. He got to give us more, man. He ain't giving us enough, man. With the salary he making, yeah.
Wait, what he's making?
Well, with that, if he does sign that deal, I'm going to be expecting 43% from the rest of this next 5 years.
He signed that deal on what he just did. That's all he need to do.
Mm-hmm. Tate's gonna want him shooting 50% from.
Yeah, you gonna want him.
Wait, hold on. So when you signing a contract's based on past play, not future potential play.
It's for your ability to consistently do what you do.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you better keep doing this.
I said for him. I said it's for him to consistently play the way he's playing.
Oh, okay. But
the team has to allow for that. They can't go and sign 3 of a first ballot Hall of Famer, and then a young kid they're giving the ball to, and then tell you your numbers need to go up. That's what I'm saying. The circumstances can change things too. Now
I know, but the addition of Harden changed him and Tobias' circumstances. One played better, one just kind of stayed the same, or not one a little worse. That's all.
But James is not doing what everyone thought he would do when he left Houston. They still look at him as the same Houston James. So he averaged 20 and 11 or whatever he did, 21 and 10, whatever, 10.9. Everybody like, we'll see what he does in the playoffs. And just like shrugging it off.
That's just James hate.
I'm just saying, but they like shrugging it off like the way he played.
I know. Someone put a side by side of him and Steve Nash's MVP years. They're like they're so similar. Actually, Harden's stats are better than Steve.
Yes.
Crazy. Guy won two MVPs on the same less numbers.
Because winning mattered back then. Winning mattered.
Yeah. Back then. It's hilarious that it's just it's a convenient stat to throw out there for people now.
No, I mean winning matters. So if winning matters to people, they'll talk about wins, and to combat winning, they'll talk about stats. And then if somebody didn't win to get the stats, then they'll bash their teammates or their coach or their situation. Like it's a continuing trend. Like that's the way it goes. Or the guy that won with stats, then they'll say, well, his teammate didn't get enough credit. They couldn't do anything without that. So it's just depends on which narrative you're picking.
Or I also love now that the Sixers actually have a better record than the Nuggets, all the Jokic lovers are not talking about the actual record. They're saying number 1 team in the West as opposed to number 3 team in the East. Yeah. He's got a better record.
But then the West is better. So West is better, is deeper. Look how many winning teams we have, and our 7th seed is the Lakers, and it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah. True, but looking at it, the 10th seed in both conferences has the same exact record, 40 and 42. I'd say this year, I'd make an argument. Yeah, I guess you could say they're deeper in the West, but
I mean, Golden State,
Golden State's the
6th seed.
Yeah, but you could say like those guys played around all year and they're still a 6th seed, right? Like they just guys in and out of the lineup. Wiggins has been out half the season. Like they kind of messed around and they're still a 6th seed.
And you just got to give them credit. You win the regular conference, you get credit.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's what you did. We had every right to win our conference, so we didn't even win our division. So it does matter. They won a conference record, regular season, and their division. We didn't. So we can talk about wins, but we don't get a banner. unless we go to the finals.
True.
Yep.
So it is a difference, it is. I don't think it should have any change, or I don't think it's going to change any perspectives on MVP.
No. Not
Yeah.
even.
Everyone's got their mind made up by now.
Yeah.